Signalgate. What in the world happened? All right, America, buckle up. We're diving into jaw-dropping political scandals in recent history. This isn't just another run-of-the-mill controversy, it's a full-blown saga that has left everyone from political analysts to the average Joe scratching their heads and time to talk about Signalgate, a scandal so convoluted and surreal, it feels like it was ripped straight from the pages of a spy novel. But no, this is real life and it happened right under our noses. Of a political thriller. Secret chats? Check. Leaked information? You bet. Imagine a plot so thick with intrigue that it could rival the best Hollywood blockbusters. We're talking clandestine meetings, a web of secrecy that would make even the most seasoned spy raise an eyebrow. A healthy dose of incompetence? Oh, you know it's there. Picture a scenario where the very people entrusted with the nation's most sensitive information are fumbling around like amateurs. It's almost comical if it weren't so alarming. So, picture this. Top Trump officials, the guys who are supposed to be guarding national secrets like they're the crown jewel. Signal. Yes, Signal, the app known for its end-to-end encryption, but also for being a bit too user-friendly for its own good, not to chat about their favorite sourdough recipes, mind you, but we're talking about the kind of information that, if it fell into the wrong hands, could have serious national security implications. Yeah, you heard that right. Military, plans, secret strategies that are supposed to be discussed in secure, classified environments, not over a messaging app. And if that wasn't enough of a head-scratcher, they managed to accidentally add a journalist to the group chat. In a move that defies all logic, a journalist was given a front-row seat to the inner workings of the administration's military discussions. It's like inviting a raccoon to a tea party and being sugar bowl. The sheer absurdity of the situation is almost too much to handle. Naturally, the journalist did what any self-respecting journalist would do. They hit screenshot faster than you can say national security breach. In an instant, sensitive information was captured and ready to be shared with the world. And just like that, the world got a peek behind the curtain of the Trump administration's decision-making process. The kind of peek that reveals just how chaotic and disorganized things really were behind the scenes. Spoiler alert, it wasn't pretty. The fallout from Signalgate was swift and severe, with officials scrambling to contain the damage and restore some semblance of order. But the damage was done, and the world was left to wonder just how such a colossal blunder could have. At the heart of this digital dumpster fire was none other than Mike Waltz, the National Security Advisor. Waltz, a man whose career has been built on the pillars of discretion and confidentiality, found himself in the middle of a scandal that was anything but discreet. His role, which demands the utmost secrecy and careful handling of sensitive information, was suddenly under scrutiny. How did this happen, you ask? Well, it all started with a seemingly innocent attempt to embrace modern technology. You know, the guy whose job description probably includes the words discretion and confidentiality. Waltz, in an effort to streamline communication and perhaps show that he was keeping up with the times, decided to create a Signal group chat. Signal, known for its encryption and security features, seemed like a good idea on paper. But as we all know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Waltz, bless his heart, took responsibility for creating the Signal group. He probably envisioned a secure, efficient way for his team to communicate, free from the prying eyes of hackers and foreign adversaries. However, the execution of this plan was far from flawless. In fact, it was a disaster waiting to happen. He probably thought he was being all tech-savvy and secure. In his mind, he was taking a proactive step towards safeguarding national security. But the reality was quite different. The group chat quickly became a breeding ground for potential leaks and mishandling of classified information. It was like giving a toddler a loaded gun and hoping for the best. In reality, he was about as tech-savvy as your grandpa trying to send an email. The whole situation was a perfect storm of overconfidence and underestimation of the complexities involved in digital security. Waltz's attempt to be a modern, tech-savvy leader backfired spectacularly, exposing the very vulnerabilities he sought to protect. And then there's Trump, never one to miss an opportunity to insert himself into a crisis. Did he demand accountability? Did he call for a thorough investigation to ensure such a breach never happens again? No, that would be too predictable and responsible. Did he express concern about national security? Of course not. Instead, Trump did what he does best. He deflected, downplayed, and defended. He turned the whole debacle into a spectacle, a sideshow that distracted from the real issues at hand. He defended Waltz like a mama bear protecting her cub, claiming that no classified information was shared. Trump's reassurances were meant to calm the storm, but they only added fuel to the fire. His unwavering support for Waltz, despite the glaring mistakes, raised more questions than it answered. Because, discussing military plans on a chat app is totally normal behavior for government officials. The absurdity of the situation was lost on no one. It was a stark reminder of the precarious balance between embracing new technology and maintaining the rigorous standards of national security. The sheer audacity of it all would be almost impressive if it wasn't so terrifying. The incident highlighted the vulnerabilities in our digital age, where even those tasked with protecting our secrets can become the weakest link. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, except the train is full of top-secret documents, and the conductor is tweeting about how great everything is going. The fallout from this fiasco will undoubtedly be felt for a long time, serving as a cautionary tale for anyone who underestimates the importance of digital security in the modern world. As you can imagine, the reaction to Signalgate was about as subtle as a brick to the face. Democrats, predictably, went ballistic. They called for investigations, demanding to know how sensitive information could be handled with such reckless abandon. They pointed out, quite rightly, that this wasn't just a case of a few misplaced emails. This was a matter of national security, for crying out loud. Republicans, on the other hand, were caught in the familiar dance of trying to defend the indefensible. Some, bless their souls, actually expressed concern. Others resorted to the classic tactics of deflection and whataboutism. But what about Hillary's emails, they cried, clutching their pearls. The whole thing was a masterclass in partisan politics at its finest. It was like watching a room full of toddlers argue over who started the food fight, while the adults in the room just shook their heads in weary resignation. Section 4. J.D. Vance, Diplomat or Demolition Ball. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, hold on to your hats. The political landscape is already a minefield, and just when you think you've seen it all, something new comes along to shake things up even more. Because enter J.D. Vance, the vice president and resident expert in putting his foot in his mouth. Vance has a knack for making headlines, but not always for the right reasons. His latest escapade is no exception. Vance, in a moment of breathtaking diplomatic ineptitude, decided to grace the Signal chat with his infinite wisdom. This wasn't just any chat, it was a high-stakes discussion involving key military strategies and international relations. And what pearls of wisdom did he choose to impart? You might expect a seasoned politician to offer measured, thoughtful insights, but Vance had other plans. Oh, just a casual comment about bailing Europe out again. Yes, you heard that right. In the midst of a serious conversation about military operations, Vance decided to take a swipe at America's allies. Yes, you read that right. The Vice President of the United States, in a chat about military plans, decided to take a swipe at America's allies. It was a comment that left everyone in the room stunned. The Vice President of the United States, in a chat about military plans, decided to take a swipe at America's allies. It was a comment that left everyone in the room stunned. The implications of such a statement are far-reaching and deeply concerning. It was like watching a bull in a china shop, except the bull was wearing a suit and the china shop was the already fragile relationship between the US and Europe. The damage was immediate and palpable. European leaders, understandably, weren't thrilled. They were left to wonder about the stability and reliability of their partnership with the United States. The comment cast a shadow over the entire discussion. They expressed concern about the Trump administration's commitment to transatlantic relations. The trust that had been built over decades was suddenly in jeopardy, all because of a few ill-chosen words. And who can blame them? When your supposed ally is openly mocking you in a chat about military operations, it's hard not to feel a little bit betrayed. The fallout from this incident is likely to be felt for a long time. When your supposed ally is openly mocking you in a chat about military operations, it's hard not to feel a little bit betrayed. The fallout from this incident is likely to be felt for a long time. The diplomatic community is left to pick up the pieces and try to move forward, but the road ahead is uncertain. The diplomatic community is left to pick up the pieces and try to move forward, but the road ahead is uncertain. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild. The question now is whether the U.S. can mend the rift and restore confidence among its allies. The question now is whether the U.S. can mend the rift and restore confidence among its allies. It will take more than just words. It will require concrete actions and a genuine commitment to rebuilding the relationship. Only time will tell if this is possible. Section 5. Signal fail, when encryption doesn't equal security. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, isn't Signal supposed to be secure? I thought it was all encrypted and stuff. And you'd be right to a point. Signal does use end-to-end encryption, which means that your messages are supposed to be safe from prying eyes. But the problem wasn't with Signal itself, it was with the people using it. Because here's the thing about security, it's only as strong as the weakest link. And in this case, the weakest link was a group of government officials who apparently couldn't find their way out of a paper bag, let alone navigate the complexities of secure communication.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.